If I had just one more hour, I would have said yes. That was the last thing Ahsan's grandfather whispered before he died. Ahsan never forgot those words, even though he didn't understand them, not at first. Ahsan was 17, and if laziness were a sport, he would have been the gold medalist. He lived in a small town in Punjab, where the mango trees swayed with stories and the azan echoed 5 times a day like a heartbeat reminding people time. Time for prayer, time for work, time for rest. But for Ahsan, time was a river, something he thought would flow forever. His day began at noon and ended in darkness. TikTok scrolls, YouTube spirals, friends that never showed up, goals that never left his notebook. His grandfather, Baba Jaan, often watched him from the charpai with quiet eyes, clutching his worn-out tasbih. Beta, time is not a guest that waits. It's a thief in disguise. Ahsan laughed. Come on, Baba Jaan. I'm only 17. I have time. But the old man only looked away, like he'd heard that before. One night, after wasting a whole day binge-watching a drama, he didn't even like, Ahsan fell asleep with crumbs on his shirt and regret in his chest. He dreamed of a strange clock tower, ancient and tall, with each clock hand made of broken pencils and twisted phone chargers. At its base sat a younger version of himself. Crying, he tried to approach, but a voice stopped him. Every second you waste becomes someone else's wish. He woke up gasping, sweat on his back, the azan for far ringing outside his window. And in that half-lit silence, he saw something unusual. Baba Jaan's tasbih, broken on the floor, its beads scattered like moments never picked up. That morning, his mother didn't knock gently as she usually did. She burst into his room, tears streaming, voice trembling. Baba Jaan, he's gone. No goodbye, no final word. Just that one sentence from a week ago echoing. If I had just one more hour. It haunted Ahsan like a curse. In the days that followed, the house felt hollow. The courtyard no longer smelled of chai. The fan still spun, but time had stopped. In Baba Jaan's cupboard, Ahsan found a stack of old diaries. Inside were notes, not about money or land, but about Ahsan. He wants to be a writer, but doesn't write. Wants to be someone, but never gets up. Each page ended with, maybe tomorrow he'll start. Tears blurred the ink as Ahsan realized. Baba Jaan never gave up on him. But Ahsan had given up on himself day after day. Something changed after that. He started waking up at dawn, not because it felt good, but because it felt right. He studied under the neem tree where Baba Jaan used to sit. He deleted the time-wasting apps. He started writing again, stories based on his grandfather's village tales. The clever crow, the honest tailor, the girl who found God in a bowl of rice. People laughed at him at first. His cousins called him Malvi because he stopped going to late-night parties. But he remembered the clock tower in his dream, and he wrote about that too. Within 6 months, one of his stories got picked by a youth magazine. They titled it, Don't Waste Your Time, and beneath it they printed, Dedicated to Baba Jaan. Years later, Ahsan was invited to speak at a youth conference in Lahore. He stood there, holding his grandfather's repaired tasbih in one hand and his published book in the other. But just before he began, a boy from the crowd raised his hand. Mr. Ahsan, what made you change? And Ahsan smiled softly, the kind of smile that hides oceans. My grandfather said something before he died. If I had just one more hour, I would have said yes. I used to think he meant something deep or spiritual, but now I realize he was talking about a small promise I forgot, to walk with him to the bakery. 1 hour, that's all he wanted. The crowd went quiet. Ahsan looked up and added, Don't wait for death to teach you the value of an hour. Don't wait for loss to make you live. Your future is not waiting at the end of time. It's hiding in what you choose to do today. Time doesn't knock. It whispers. It asks, will you waste me or use me? Will you regret me or remember me? Every second wasted is a seed that never becomes fruit, and every moment used with purpose becomes legacy.